Daikon.
What happened?
It's done.
What's good, all my Ruthless addicts? It is your girl, Tika Deshawn. Thank you all so much for tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless addicts. My question to you, in case you missed it, is who is the worst person off or on the Rakudushi compound? There are so many characters that we can consider the worst. Okay, first of all, we have the highest. We know he's the worst, one of the worst of the worst. He messes around with kids. He's beating on women and men. He's abusing River, just doing so much. He's stealing money. He's drugging people, forcing them, holding them pretty much prisoner to stay on his compound. And he is one of the worst characters to me. There's another worst character. We got Daikon. Daikon is unfortunately brainwashed, but he's also another abusive one that pretends to he just snakes his way through everything. But you guys, off the compound, for me, it's been solidified in this latest episode. Mac is the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst out of any person on or off the darn compound. Mac is the freaking worst. It took my guy, my boy, VKJ to explain to me or remind me or point out to me, I'll say, that the phone call that Daikon received after he had already spoken with Andrew, that phone call was from Mac. He asked him, did he get it done? And next thing you know, minutes later, we see Mac walking into the sheriff's department office with paperwork, with documentation showing that there were bodies found.
Yeah, you do that.
With paperwork, with documentation showing that there were bodies found at Brian's house. They were burned in the fire. They were now, and now we know that Andrew went and took and burnt those bodies. Now he could be the next worst character. This dude is making me fully feel that he is all in with the Rakudushi. I'm suspect of Andrew, but I'm absolutely sure that Mac is the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst, you guys. How can you knowingly send your people, your innocent workers, your innocent men, your innocent women into a deadly situation? What was the turning point, you guys? This is a rant for me. What was the turning point for Mac? When did he realize that he wanted to be all in with the Rakudushi? And if that were the case, what was the point of you sending your soldiers in to do your dirty work and literally get themselves unalived? You knew when Lynn went to that gate that there was going to be a problem and Brian was going to want to protect his wife. So why? How dare you, Mac? How dare you send your soldiers into a situation they didn't even need to be a part of? You knew that there was drugs being run on that compound. You knew that there were children being mistreated on that compound. You knew that there were women and men being mistreated on that compound, Mac. You, sir, are the worst of the worst of the worst. And if Andrew is in on it with you, then he is the worst of the worst of the worst right along with you. There are options. There are literally options. You guys can reach out to somebody that's hired to get you some help. If you have been compromised, Mac, you could have easily told somebody, hey, I think I've been compromised. I need your help. But no, you send in Brian. You send in Brian. Who else is watching? In the beginning, Malcolm said that he was working with some other people. Who is watching? Who is he working with? Where are those people? Did you send them into the compound as well? Did you tell them the case was over, Mac? Did you know that Andrew's wife is dead? Do you know she's dead? Where's Paula, Mac? Have you seen Paula? What the heck? Mac is the worst of the worst of the worst. Oh my God, there have been signs, and they always say, I know this is a TV show, you guys, but they always say when someone shows you who they are, you better believe them. Mac got this man out of his house while he was making love to his wife to send him to an organization that he is a part of. Are you kidding me right now, Mac? Are you serious? Tika Deshawn is truly pissed off about this. Mac, you literally are the devil for doing this. You had no real reason to send your guys in there. Now, did something happen to you that caused you to get compromised? Did you really think Sheriff Conley would help protect Brian? He was already complaining about him. So did you really think he would truly, willfully protect Brian? Regardless of him telling Brian not to go there, so on and so forth. Do you really think he would truly protect him? And if that's the case, why send him there in the first place? Like, what sense did any of this make? Mac, you've lost people before in the Rakudushis, so why would you send more people in there? I'm so confused. I'm so stressed out. Mac has lost his freaking mind. All of this, you guys, he's out of control. And I hope that they catch him. If Mac is truly in on all of this shenanigans, all of the hatefulness, everything that's going on with the Rakudushi, with his own soldiers, his own men, his own agents, I hope they punish him to the highest extent, lock his butt up, throw away the key right along with the freaking highest, because you, sir, you, Mac, are indeed the worst of the worst of the worst, and you probably worse than the devil himself. I have lost respect for Mac. Whatever happens to Mac, it happens. My hope is that I'm wrong, but my feeling and everything that we're given is showing me that Mac is with the freaking Raku, y'all. That's my rant for today. That's my rant in case you missed it. That's my rant for episode 8 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. And that's all I have for today, you guys. I will be back tomorrow with something else. Something a little less calm, not as much as this rant that I had to do today. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you may receive reminders of new Ruthless content as well as videos such as this, okay? All right, y'all, that's about it. Thank you so much, and you already know, stay ruthless.